Hello? Anybody out there? All right. I think we're live on YouTube as well now. Oh, we don't need sound. We don't need sound. What's up? What's up, Carl? Back in on Instagram. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Getting a practice session in here. We're going to be doing some bowling. And let me be your thumbnail arrest. Hello. What's up? What's up? What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Doing well. Chilling. Wish I could join you. Rolling with Ace. What's up? It's the old ultimate record. Deuce, what's going on? Bowling on Beaver ad for Queen. Any tips? Beaver ad, I don't even know what that is. How long is it? What's the surface like? How easy is it? I kind of want to spare that. Really botched it. I botched that, you know. Sometimes you just botch it. How do I manage to compete at the highest level being a low rev rate player? Does hand position help you keep up? Well, I don't keep up. I don't know, man. I'm in the same boat you are. How do you beat the rev rate? Kind of hard. It's the way it's always been, though. 42 feet, 23 mils. It's a Brunswick pattern. 42 feet, 23 mils. All right. I mean, just play it like a normal pattern. I can't imagine it's going to be too difficult. Throw an ion max and then go into a phase 2 at the track. That's money. Money. Start the track. If it hooks, move in. If it doesn't, move out. Just started back to bowling after ripping rotator cuff. Training seems to be off. How can I work on time? Work on timing? I don't know. Watch some videos. Try different timings. Try a little 4-step. Here, let me do a 4-step. That's money too. Maybe I should do a 4-step. Robin Morrison from South Africa. How we doing? What's up? Opinion on the attention star? It's great. It's a great ball. I currently throw a proton physics. Would you say the IMX should be my next ball? Trying to find a comp. Yeah. IMX is pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see if I get a little crazy with this. Yeah. Yeah, dog. Wonder. Okay, I guess I gotta be live. Mary would be good as a 1-step drill and 3-step drill. Those are always good. How do you deal with your thumb sticking in the wall? Um, I don't know. Kinda have the opposite problem. Actually, this past weekend in some regions, I had a problem. My thumb was swollen a little bit. Oh, is that money too? This must be the same thing they had out yesterday, because that's exactly what I was doing yesterday, and it was doing alright. How do I slow my ball speed down? Here, do this. I got you. You just move up a little bit, you throw it 18 mile an hour. That means you're probably winding, really accelerating at the bottom. And in order for you to not do that, it's gonna feel terrible because it's gonna feel like you're decelerating, even though it's just at a different speed. You're just gonna feel like you're decelerating because you're so used to overthrowing it. So you're literally gonna bowl like you're doing nothing. Just go up there and take some 3 steps down. Just go hold the ball down here. 1, 2, put nothing on the ball, and that's money again. Alright, it's not money, but it's all tempo. You just gotta teach yourself a different tempo. What do you think about the string pins at Empire Bowl? They're fun. I'm considering buying my first ball. Any tips or recommendations? I hope these guys don't need me to move. I don't exactly know what they do. Okay, I think they'll work on my ball. In your first bowling ball? Considering buying my first ball. Get one of these. Get a hustle. Get a hustle hybrid. Get a high road 40. Get an Ion Pro. Those are all good balls that aren't like overly strong and do crazy stuff. Look, I need to get my ball speed up. Typical shot for me is 13 mile an hour. However, my rev rate is 480 to 510, depending on. So you have a high rev rate, and you need to get speed. Oh boy. Well, you need to like lag the ball a little more. So even if you're like almost a no thumber, but you have like your thumb in it, you're that like cupped. That's how you get your rev rate. You're gonna have to figure out how to not like under it and then up hit. It's gotta like lag here for a little while. And it kills the rev rate a little bit, the more you can lag it, but also it just kinda allows the trajectory to like pick up speed instead of just pick up spin. Like I try to lag it a little more on that one, and it gets down the lane much better. It's not necessarily like you're like throwing it hard. You're more so just making tiny adjustments. Oh boy. I would have spared if it was a spare ball. Here's my slick thumb. Huh. Wow, that thumb is so slick. I can't even throw that ball right now. Let's see. Just I need to We good? We good? Oh no, it's not good. We're good? No, no clinics as of right now. Have I ever gotten a 17? I have. Gotten multiple. My first one was in Joplin, Missouri, and I it was important. I was in a bunch of money in brackets, and it got me instead of like shooting 2.0, I shot like 220 because I made that, and won me some brackets. It actually was like kind of important. Man, there's something about that one. That hustle, the hybrid. Oh. What's up from Akron? What's going on? Do I do anything unique or crazy with my pitches? I don't typically adjust lateral pitch, but I'm tempted to try. I mean, it's always cool to try. You can, um, if you have access. Like it's not like overly expensive. If you have access to a shop or something, as long as you're not hurting or you're not an injury or anything like that, that's really the most important thing. So if you're flirting with injury or if you have some problems, just do whatever you can to be able to bowl. Secondly, I gotta change this thumb because she's loose and slick. Uh, changing your pitches can like help you and like I guess make you a better bowler in some instances, but mostly it's like, can you get the ball off your hand? Outside of that, having different releases and a lot of that's just practicing. Thoughts on pin down balls? Do you use pin down balls? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I use them. What causes the head to get ahead of the body on the approach? What causes the head to get ahead of the body on the approach? Spine tilt? Like when you get like this? Some coaches used to teach like, get your titties over the foul line. But I don't know. It's pretty universal. Hustle hybrid. We got it. That could be good. That was pretty good. Got an ultimate record. Hustle. The purple one. Ion Pro pin down. High Road 40 pin up. Bomber dudes. Stick to 3-2. Can you show me a proper thumb fit? I'm learning bowling on my own and needed some guide. A proper thumb fit? I don't know. I'm using a pin down fireball. I've been bowling with a bionic positioner to get through the hand pain. I don't know what a bionic positioner is. You know? Ultimate record, slick thumb, spare shot. No. Wow. Why are you hooking so much? I shouldn't have hooked that much. What? Looks like plastic would have hooked there. All right. Hustle. Give it another go. Man. There was a tournament, the TOC, back when I was in college, I think, because I saw Tracy Weber at League, and Pete, I think it was his last title. It might have been. It was the TOC. I don't know where it was. But I remember he bowled Belmo, I think, for the championship. And it was a pattern where it hooked a lot, so all the hook guys would just loft it like crazy. Well, Pete couldn't do that. So if he hit a pair where he had to do that, it was no good. It wasn't going to work. But he was throwing that gold IQ. Was it a gold IQ? IQ Pearl? Gold? It's a gold ball. And that was just pretty amazing. I don't know if he's ever going to get the recognition he deserves for that one win, but I remember on Belmo actually shot 150 the first game of the tournament. I wonder if that was in Oklahoma. And Belmo ran him down, snuck into like 23rd in the match play, and Pete was the number one seed somehow. It's kind of crazy, actually. I think he was like 50 years old. Yeah. Dang, it's kind of hard. Starting my sports shot league soon. First week is Kegel Boardwalk, 35 feet. Going to be interesting to see how it plays. What is 3-point targeting bowling? I don't know. Let's see plastic up the gutter one time. I don't even have plastic. At the bowling alley this morning, the tables and chairs were all pushed to the front. And now they gotta like move. See? Well, dang. Look at this. We got some. It's hard. IQ Tour Fusion smelled like spoiled milk. Was it an IQ Tour Fusion? Showing a gold one, too. I think I'm bowling on a sports shot. See, I think the college kids are back. I think Lindenwood is back, and they've been laying out some sports shots. And it was fresh. It was almost like no one's bowled on it, or at least there were no pins up when I first got here. I don't know. Might just be the house shot. Promotion smell like men's cologne. I'm working on my live streaming skills. Yeah, bro. Come on. Learning the ropes here. Oh, boy. Oh, we just got to play a little straighter. Just got to play a little straighter. From Tasmania. There ain't no way you're from Tasmania. I'm just kidding. I am going to throw this hustle again. Same spot, same place, same strike, a little straighter. Wasn't the same shot. I lied. It was not the same shot. Crazy. How do I not even set up and just pick up the ball and go? I mean, what? You know, a lot of people that I've worked with have that problem to where it's like I'll tell them like, hey, go throw the ball as slow as you possibly can, and they'll sit there and they'll set up in their approach like this, and they'll get really ready, and then they'll do the exact same approach, and then they'll throw at the exact same speed. And I always used to wait like someone to be like a smart ass and let me tell them like, hey, throw it as slow as you possibly can, and then they just literally go up there. But most people really like to get set up, and then once you get set up into that thing, it's like you're gonna do the exact same thing. So a lot of this morning, like when I bowl in the mornings, I really just like to get warmed up. So I really am using this just to warm the body up. So I don't necessarily want to like get set up or I guess I don't need to get set up. I can. It has to be a sports shot, you know? My setup time is good because I'm a big feeling the right way standing up there for sure. Serious question. With how many ball releases do you know what is going on to be good and bad ball? What makes a ball a go ball? So many. Kyle told me a junior goal that y'all were in need of a thumbnail artist. Sure, send us some stuff. Brad.Kyle300@gmail.com. Send us your work. It hooks. It hooks. How do I know a ball's going to be good and bad? I don't. You can have an idea, but even if I throw a ball and I like it, that still doesn't even tell me it's going to be like universally known as like a really good bowling ball. So I got to see other people throw it too. So when I go to these tournaments and I see a bowling ball thrown by like 4 or 5 different people and they really like it, then I know it's like, all right. So you gotta see the ball go down the lane. One of those like high road IQ tour type bowling balls. It's very hard to know because we bowl in different conditions. I mean, we don't even, you know, I don't know. Every bowling alley is different. We don't really bowl a whole lot on tour. I mean, we're only bowling on tour 2.5 months maybe. So, but we go to the same buildings. So oftentimes the stuff I see on tour isn't even. Oh no! It's like I could tell you what balls are rolling good out there on those patterns with those guys, but there's been plenty of times where I've heard of balls being thrown in league that were like never thrown in our realm. But then it's a very popular bowling ball in league, so it's kind of hard to know. There really isn't a bad bowling ball though. I mean, There's a scenario and place for pretty much anything. Ion Pro is a good bowling ball. Morning, Greg. It's tough for everyone. Makes me feel less stupid. Yeah, bro. Bowling's tough. Landon, I said, send us some of your work. My highest is 205. What do you think of the sunstorm? I never even threw the sunstorm, actually. Am I practicing anything specific today? Not. I'm really just warming up right now. Not really. Kind of just getting the body loose. Ion Pro has been fantastic for me. Just got an IQ Tour AI drilled yesterday. Nice. You should like the IQ AI if you like the Ion Pro. Both are a little bit lower diff. I don't know. Maybe this is the house shot. It's just this way. Balls my throwing. I got a Hustle Hybrid. This Hustle purple one. I can't remember the name. Ultimate Record. Ion Pro Hybrid 40. Trying to get used to throwing some like weaker lower end stuff. Definitely, especially when you go to these like small town bowling centers, there's just a lot of hook, old lanes. We were struggling a bit for the military championships. Well, Michael Reynolds. I thought I said Michael Ramaklis at first. I'm like, I heard you. Do you have any tips for left-handed bowling? Yeah. Just pick up pickleball. Tired of bowling against you. Between them? No. Not even the spare? Are you kidding me? Oh, 108 most likely house shot. 9 through 14 is Beijing. So you mean to tell me I'm making this house shot look this hard? That's not good. That's not good. We got to practice more, I think. Just need a little bit more speed. We'll see if we got it. If we got it, we can throw two balls, same spot. Not the same spot. The same idea. See, all I needed to know is there's the house shot. It tells me everything. I'm watching you practice, and you're not really keeping your pre-shot routine. You're kind of rushing it, probably because you're trying to talk to us and try and practice. Yeah, for sure. Definitely talking to you guys. But I want to talk to you guys. Honesty, what do you like? Really? We were squad 12. What's a good two-handed 3-ball arsenal? Two-handed 3-ball arsenal for a righty. Well, you gotta have urethane. You gotta have a plastic ball. You gotta have those 2 balls. So, and then just pick a ball. Pick a Ion Max, close to urethane. I get it. I get it. This shot's so easy. Gosh. Why don't they ever just have hard shots anymore? No, I usually just replace. Why is my shoulder sore after bowling? Because you're not warming it up. You gotta do these things. You gotta hang out in this zone right here for a little while. Then you gotta warm up, and then you gotta not eat like crap, and then you gotta get the lymph nodes going. And then you gotta not drink a ton of alcohol. And then you gotta, I don't know. There's probably 9 other things you gotta do. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. See, the guy's right. Not in my pre-shot routine. I'm so by the time I'm warmed up, I'm already tired. That's a problem. I'm experiencing that. I'm experiencing that. Can you guys do a hand position video with a few slow-mo shots may extend, please? Sure. What are my odds on a spare? What do you guys think? Typical washout, ultimate wrecker. I'm going to hook at it. I got it. This is easy. Gosh, this is so easy. It's crazy. So easy. It's crazy. Gosh dang. No, I thought I had that, man. I'll take the miss. Yeah. What's a good bowling stretch for hips? Get in this position right here. And just hang out here. Every morning, every night. Get that just get the hip stretch, the groin stretch. All right. We can throw a strike. The trip 4 is on lock. Lane 3. Love positive self-talk. Best ball of 24-25. ModFit on YouTube has great 5-minute warm-up videos. I do it every time before league. Was just in Japan. So many different balls not offered over here. Yeah, well, a little different spinning pattern over there. They go through balls a lot quicker. So the bowling ball company's got to make sure that they keep up with that demand. So they got to come up with different ones. Oh, look at this house shot. We're bowling on the easiest. Origin has been the GOAT. Nice. I don't think anyone would recommend using your thumb on two-handed. Probably not. How many years have you been a PBA member? I don't know, 12. How many balls do you normally bring to a tournament? 15. A bowling warm-up specific video would be great. What are you actually practicing? I'm just throwing the ball. I bowled a 299 with a hyperdrive. With the hyperdrive. I like the hyperdrive. It's a cool ball. Look at that. So a lot of times the problem that I get into is I'll get like right here, and you'll get shovey or pushy, or the shoulder will get forward and kind of jam you and get everything down lane a little bit. And then there's times when you're hooking the ball really well generally, or just when you're bowling really well, where it kind of just like comes off your hand. You kind of really have a good amount of control right here. You don't push through this spot. It kind of gets to this spot, and then you kind of just set it down and roll it, or up or whatever. But this, what we call a flat spot section right here, you have a lot of control. Well, when I'm bowling bad, I'm usually forcing it quickly. So then I try and wait on it a little longer. And then when I wait on it a little longer, my angles smooth out. But that one, I was waiting on it a lot. And then I also just like kind of dropped it off my hand, and you saw it get to the right and peel back. Because if you get it to the right and it doesn't peel back, you just simply overthrew it. Especially on like a house shot. Oh! So getting way more ball motion, just like setting off my hand. Did you ever been to Chicago before? I have. Why don't I use a crossover step? I don't know. I'm about to go two-handed. Yeah, I have a very long road to go. I went two-handed, but you know what? You can't beat them, join them. I mean, we're no longer going to have any more Pete Webers, you know, like this flawless high backswing. Oh, put me in on this bad boy. Aaron definitely did. Well, he's a flipping stud. Fort Myers. We've never been down to Fort Myers now. What's the one ball you wish they would re-release? The Blue Idol Pearl ball for sure. Like just the Idol Pearl. They have re-released Pearl, like the pink one, but that bluish one was amazing. And the High Road X. Something about the High Road X, man. I really like. Hook too much. Dang, man. I'm annoying myself with how many times I posted that hoping for a response. Have I not responded? What? What? Storm sucks. Dude, what the hell is wrong with you? You suck. I appreciate your channel and look forward to bowling your tournament again. Took fourth last year and almost through my first 300. Yes, sir, man. I can't wait to have you again. Are you really thinking about converting to two-handed? No, I don't want to, but I mean, if it's just mostly a urethane game, man, I don't know. I mean, the reactive game too is tough to beat, but problem is once urethane goes down the lane, the back ends get really slick, and then rev rate becomes really nice. Like you get it to roll before it reaches the down lane slickness of the pattern. So you can just hit the crap out of it. So you can just hit the crap out of urethane, and then you can just hit the crap out of reactive and play this big hook game, and it's kind of indefensible. There's the hook spot. It's my toughest tournament this year. The cold water was pretty tough. It was 150 under for 4 there. Pretty low. Brad would pick Mahomes in what? I like, but I am not accurate with it at all. Seems like I'll throw my left leg. Certain move. I would pick Mahomes in what? I mean, you got to go with Mahomes, right? I'd take him in fantasy. We have a PBA fantasy that we run, and we drafted last week. And I always just make a couple mistakes. Wow, you can just see that ball read immediately. It's just a house shot. If I could pick one celebrity to bowl with, who would it be? What? One celebrity to bowl with. Whoever the Elon Musk. Whoever I could potentially convince to give me like a couple $1 million to do something with bowling, run some tournaments, do something. I don't know. Whoever I could convince to give us a couple million or give the PBA a couple million. I don't really care. I don't personally need the money. I just want bowling tournaments. Man, this hybrid's pretty clean too. I mean, I get a decent motion with this purple one, but this pearl one. Do you think you'll do a challenge with Linwood Bowling Team? Yeah, sure. Why not? What rule in the Obama would you like enforced? I don't know what that means. Taylor Swift. I know, bro. We gotta get to Taylor. Adam Sandler. You know who bowls is Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy bowls apparently. He's got some lanes in his house. Need to find that guy. Should the PBA just run all year round, not just a season? I mean, I don't know if it should be all year round, but it might benefit not just being at the tail end of the league season when nobody wants to do anything or buy a ball and people are fed up and people are ready for summer. That might be all right. Oh, buddy. That's the Chris Prather. For bowling day, you guys were so funny on Fox and Friends. Good job. I'm going to get invited to the Taylor Swift and Chelsea wedding. Probably not, bro. You know, if any of the Chiefs players would do, they have before. They've done their charity events at bowling centers in Kansas City. I don't know about St. Louis, but definitely in Kansas City. And I'm sure the Blues and the Cardinals have done some stuff too. But if I could ever get in the door there, pretty cool. PBA has been a losing cause for quite some time. I wish it was different. Hi, Brad. Thank you for doing this and interacting with your fans. You're welcome. Burn all string pins and urethane balls. I mean, in terms of like competition, if like the reason rev rate is king is because you control the transition, you control the oil. So even if it was just reactive balls only, what's stopping the higher rev player from just pulling out a ton of surface and chopping them up and turning it into a big hook contest where they just loft the left gutter cap? You can still do whatever the heck you want as long as you have the higher rev rate. Even if we get rid of urethane, you're still going to have advantages with rev rate. String pins are cool though. Urethane, it's like an OP gun in Call of Duty. It's like when the Car 98 was just one-shotting, head-shotting, even when you pointed at their toes. Greater's greater. Look at this. God, I love lane 3. Love lane 3. You can't get rid of a dynamic imbalance, and the high rev rate players will have to become a lot more consistent. 2:30 is our practice session. If you like, show up. Love the videos. Oh, you must walk in. All right. What's up? Yeah, let's make some videos. I had a lot of fun at your clinic and Redlands. Thank you. Good to see you again. I'm not a Call of Duty player. I have played Warzone now. COVID hit literally. It was like April 15th or 10th or March 30th or whatever it was of 2020. And as soon as COVID hit, everyone went home. We were in Las Vegas. Everyone goes home. And Call of Duty comes out with Warzone, which was free. So I couldn't imagine the amount of people they had playing that thing. My thumb almost slid out. Bowling games are trash. Been trying to bowl against you for at least 2 to 3 years in a private rented out bowling alley for one cage. Both you and Kyle. You guys would have to pay for your own travel. I'll cover the rest. Okay. You've been trying to bowl us for 3 years for 1K a piece in a private rented out bowling alley. Both you and Kyle. You guys would have to pay for your own travels. I'll cover the rest. What else are you covering if we're paying for our own travels? Is my question. Ooh, see, look at this rack. I don't know if you guys can see this rack. Let me see if I can guys up this rack real quick. The 3-pin is tight. I don't know if you can see it. It's the best I got. 3 is tight on the 1. Okay. This is a ring 10. Ring 10, 10-pin leaving rack. All right. And let me show you why we love lane 3. Because I don't think I'm going to 10-pin. I don't know if it's possible to leave a 10-pin on lane 3. Oh, and I threw it so bad, it's not going to matter. I was man. That was a great shot, guys. That was a great shot. Make Elon make a great bowling video game. I'm dead serious. Well, the renting out part of the bowling alley and the drinks and the snacks and whatever you guys may need. Okay, well, we don't need a rented out bowling alley. We don't need drinks and we don't need snacks. Uh, we don't need to get crazy. Just pay all this money. We would just only need your free $1,000. See, I can't even leave a 10 pin when I 2-8-10. I'm a rev dominant two-handed bowler for 4 years, but have started working on a one-handed game. Still slow average 9 to 9. I've been working on speed for 3 years, but can't pro. Do I switch? Um, you can. I mean, the speed is a tough part about being two-handed. So yeah, it's tough. I'm not. Speed for me is just you got to find a way to like I would start at the foul line and just find ways to pick up speed with just foul line drills and just find ways to get momentum. Like I'm going to swing it high because I'm going to try and generate more speed. But with two-handed, it's a little bit harder just to swing it high. So you have to really use your body's momentum. So I would find a two-handed player in your local town and just work with him, and then see how he ups his speed. First ball I ever purchased? I don't know. We got an old Storm X Factor for Christmas. It was scented chocolate, and it was like my favorite thing ever. I couldn't believe I got this ball. Still one of my greatest memories ever is having this freaking chocolate scented two-handed righty. Just finished my first season of league last season, and I'm not. So when you're walking straight up to the lane, are you swinging the ball out? What are you looking at when you walk? I've always walked to my target. 70s ball. Yeah, that's good. Walk to your target. You don't need to do anything else, really. Do you have some advice on playing the 2025 PBA Roth pattern bowling on next week? Well, that's the shorter one, right? Wait a second. What did we bowl on? No, we bowled on Roth. Okay, we bowled on it in Minster. And, it kind of depends on the center. It can be hard. It can definitely be hard. Sure, it can be hard. Uh, but it is somewhat designed to not totally be a grind fest. So just try and dictate early on, as early as you can, whether or not this is a striking pattern or not. Okay. Now I leave a 10 pin, and now we're going to spare this. We are going to spare this. 3G races are good. Can't wait to see you in Sturgis. What are your thoughts on attacking Abbey Road? I don't know Abbey Road. Do you all play golf? Yes. If you're a member at the nicest country club in any state, we will absolutely play with you. It's no big deal. It's nothing out of our time. My bag at the Las Vegas military tournament was Black Venom, Jackal, Onyx, Attention Star. Wish I'd brought 3 more. Yeah, bro. You get that urethane dog. All right, how are we gonna make this 7-10? Because we gotta make it. Should I do something crazy like spin a bowling ball, or should I actually like try and make it? We gotta tighten the belt loop. We're gonna get a little crazy on this one. Actually, no, no, I don't like that. We're just going to try and spare it. I think we can do it. Why were the tables? Gotcha. All right, here we go. Here we go. We can make the 7-10 here. We're going to aim at the 10 pin. We're going to get it to jump. It's going to sneak back over onto the deck, slide over there, hit the 7. Or it could smash the back right corner and ricochet behind it, come around, come up from behind it, and give it a little love tap from behind, you know. We'll take either way. No bounce. That was executed to a T. To a T that was executed. Who hasn't bowled a league in 25 years, I would advise you to come to our Brad and Kyle clinic September 28th, September 27th, and 28th in St. Charles, Missouri. That's right. Bowled a regional in Colorado Springs one year. And none other than the legend, Brian Boss, shows up, living in Colorado at the time. He's got one bowling ball. He's got a storm lock. Threw it at his spares and everything. A storm lock. They put out this 4-foot pattern that was impossible. The storm lock had a million games on it. And I just couldn't believe it. I remember bowling qualifying, and I'm like, dang, this Brian Voss bowling a tournament. He had one bowling ball. And the scores were low. Scores are really low at a regional. You can just stay close to even. You know, you can make it. And so as long as you're not splitting, sparing, it's fine. Well, obviously, he doesn't do either. Like, he doesn't split very much, and he's still a dynamite spare shooter. So he kind of makes it through qualifying, comes in the next day. I think he strikes out to make it into the top 16 match play, and then gets into a match, wins, round of 8, wins. I won that same round. I bowl him in the round of 4, and then Frankie's bowling somebody else in the other match. And he shoots 279 against me, and then bowls a championship against Frankie and shoots 279 again for a $5,000 check. I just remember thinking, like, dude, he threw one ball for 20-something games, hasn't touched a bowling ball for 6 months, and shows up and just wins a regional. That's crazy. There we go. Now we're getting a little looser. I recently got an absolute power. What's its mainly best for fresh or burnt? Didn't he have no money or something too? Yeah, his speech, he said, well, I'm not broke anymore. But it was amazing, dude. Like, we got down to the end of the tournament, and he just shoots 279 against me and then 279 against Frankie, and it was game over. Wow. Wow. Left a 10 pin. That shows the difference between the national tour and the regional tour. Oh. I mean, it's national guys. It was Frankie in the final. Frankie's hard to beat. Hard bowler to beat. For sure. Yep. What should a live stream challenge be? What should I do? I can't leave the bowling alley until I shoot 5 300s. Is that a good number? Wow. Not saying that regional players are scrubs. Yeah, you are. You're saying regional players or scrubs? What's up? Daughter went to junior gold and really struggled. Now has a yip and throws it. Really good. And then on 20 at junior gold. Yeah, junior gold's tough, man. Junior gold's something. Make 6. Strike from every arrow. Oh, you think I can make this? Let's try and make this. It's got to stay on the lane. It's got to stay on the lane. That's terrible. Junior gold is all about two-handers. They are hard to beat on any pattern of throwing purple. Let me break it to you there. Every tournament is all about two-handers. It's been that way since Belmont. Man. The ball am I using? I'm using some hustles. Ultimate record, 2 hustles. Revved it. Rev Daddy. What's up, Brandon? Straight blindfold and ball and call me old fashioned, but I don't like two-hand style. Yeah, that would definitely call you old fashioned for sure. Bowling will be a lot easier without him. Oh, but it's not like it's anything new. There's been two-handers forever. Having trouble getting my rev on the ball. Well, I'm having trouble getting the rev on my ball. Clinic is awesome. I threw my first only 300 after attending the clinic last year. Yes, sir. Deucey. Loved having you. That was nice. When I'm at a tournament, do I prefer a rowdy crowd like in Portland or the more common, quiet, and somber crowd? No. Are there any tournaments this weekend? Let me know. Where's there a tournament? I'll go to it. Going on the bat today for a tournament. Any advice? I think we bowled on that second tournament. It was regionals, and it's kind of shorter and kind of high scoring. So just throw your urethane. Wow, that should have looked more than that. If I had to choose only one of SBI brands to bowl for a tour season, which one would you go with? Yeah. Is there an alarm going off? I don't know. And there's an ABT at Wildfire Lanes. It's been 20, 25 years. What weight do I use? Shoot a strike while sitting or kneeling on the approach. Rowdy crowd in Portland or a quiet crowd? I like the rowdy crowd. Makes for a way better environment. That has no hand in it whatsoever. No hand McGee. No hand McGee. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. Look at the arrows. You gotta throw it pretty bad to 10 pin on lane 3, you know. What new ball that is similar to Roto Grip Nomad Dagger? Psh, I don't know. I can't even remember throwing a Nomad Dagger. I know I had one. I know they had a solid and a pearl. Oh, yeah. All right. What am I going to be working on to succeed in this upcoming season? Okay, let me just break down a standard block on the PBA Tour. You got 10 minutes practice. Most of the time, the pattern starts out the exact same way. They've been laying out the exact same patterns, basically. So you throw urethane. If you decide not to throw urethane, you're throwing something slow like urethane. And then your next game, hopefully you're just lined up and you strike. Your next game, and for that, I need to work on my physical game being absolutely fucking sharp. Sorry, but definitely sharp. And then for the next game, you're probably following multiple two-hand throwing your. That's just the way it is now. So you get a big stretch in the pattern, and that's where it gets tough. It's like, well, do I throw the urethane? Because I can't, because clearly they threw it and they both 220, but I'm not two-handed, so I'm not going to play like – I'm going to play a little bit farther right, but they use surface, so it kind of chalks the front. So if you play farther right, you're really fighting with it just grabbing and then also just shooting off to the right down lane. So it's – when you have urethane and rev rate to the left of you and circling, it kind of jams you. You can play right, but you might want to be a little bit farther away from it. And most people aren't doing that. You know, there aren't any more Norm Dukes out there. So you try and play it similarly with urethane. With a reactive ball, I've had zero success playing exactly where urethane gets laid down with a reactive ball. There's a reason they're doing it right exactly there with a urethane ball and not a reactive ball. So then you got to get like farther left of it. But then you're really bringing in the out of bounds down play. So my speed control and my rev rate control and my angle control and all these things, it's no longer just getting lined up and throwing good shots. It's like, no, you got to do for 8 different games, you're doing 8 different things depending on who started on that pair, because there's so much rev rate now that every pair becomes totally different. And on top of that, you have topography that makes every lane different. So you have to be like insanely prepared. You cannot get lost. Game 2, game 3, these transition games, you cannot get lost. If you get lost, you get into a wrong ball, you're seeing the lane the wrong way, your hand gets grabby. A lot of million different things can happen. So being unbelievably physically, like just the control you have. The ability to slow the ball down, to change your tilt in your hand and these things. I love the Dark Star from the run of Roto Grip home balls. I have trouble in the starting position holding the ball too far away from my body. How can I work on keeping my arm longer to my side? Well, just hold it on your chest. I'm trying to get back into bowling. Being out since 2011, I'm 69 years old and having trouble keeping my hand under the ball. What can I do? Do some foul line drills. Favorite ball this year? Ion Pro Solid. Yeah. Yeah, that's the number. That's the daddy. Look at that. It's a skill bowler right there. Skill bowler. Yeah, so the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start scouting. I guess the ball reps do that, so I don't necessarily need to write down a ton, but like game 5, game 6 of these blocks, I need to know who started there. Like I can watch the game before me and see where they're playing, but in order to get a really solid picture of what I need to do, like I just need to know who started their game 1, even though it's game 6. And there's a lot of people you got to look out for, like if Boog started there, if Maldonado started there, if Belmo started there. There's some two-handers that aren't as crazy. Simon doesn't chalk up the lanes as much. Ethan Fiore doesn't do anything crazy to the lanes, I don't think. But the people who affect the lanes the most, you got to know where they're at. And if you affect the lanes the most, then that's just a nice advantage you have. Feel you're overthinking it. You're an elite bowler, and studies show when you're an elite athlete in a sport like this, your first is usually always best, and the second and the third. Yeah, definitely. I'm overthinking it, but I think it's easy to overthink it when your physio game isn't what it needs to be. It's possible. The guys who have rev rate, their ball's reading it in a way that it's so comfortable to them. It makes the ball choices really easy, and the game's just really easy the earlier you can get the ball to roll. There's a ton of transition. You got 6 games of 6 completely different things you got to do. Some pairs are just bad. Ethan would, but he doesn't use a ton of surface. Yeah, some guys. It's mostly with the urethane. If the two-handers start really far inside, then it's like, okay, it's kind of simple in terms of strategy. Lofting the gutter is pretty tough for me, but it's when some of them throw urethane and then some of them throw reactive, and then it's like, okay, game 6, you didn't even know who threw urethane on it. Even though you can watch the game before, no. And sometimes now, like a lot of the guys that affect the lanes the most are like guys coming out of college. It's like there's really not a whole lot different between a kid coming out of college and Belmo in terms of how much they affect the. So sometimes like these new people that you've never seen before, like you have to really watch and see like what they do. And now everyone's two-handed. So moving forward, like the next 10 years, I mean, every pair you go to is going to have pretty much maximum transition. So if that pair plays a little tight, it's going to be maximally tight, which has kind of always been the case. It's not like it's not been that way. I mean, they've always had rev rate on tour. This is just kind of a little notch up. Whew. Any release drills for shooting straight without spare balls? Back it up. Get that elbow inside. Try and throw a backup ball. Whew. We're going to wrap it up here soon. We're getting ready to open. Big question here. Do you think it is realistic to have one effective 6-ball arsenal that can be used for? Yes. When I was bowling at my best, I had 6 balls I could take anywhere. I think it's essential. Definitely. One of them is kind of like a urethane or spare ball, but then the other 5, I mean, you just notch one off each section. Non-max, pearlized, strong one, middle of the road, solid, weaker, and then pearlized, weaker. Do you ever practice backup strike balls playing the left side? No. I'm a right-hander struggling to get a good hook on my ball, but I can throw a backup ball pretty easily. Should I keep throwing backup or stop and work on my regular hook? I don't know. I mean, there's been a couple pretty good bowlers that are backup, really good bowlers. Adam Martinez is backup, so it's possible. It just kind of depends on how you want to play the game, you know? Double or nothing, 10 pin off the full rack. You got it. I'll throw a couple more strikes and then we'll end with it. I don't even know what we're doubling or nothing. Maybe maybe you're the billionaire I'm looking for. I don't know. Hustle. Oh yeah. Got a little stretch on this lane. We've stretched the lane. The donation. I know, but what is the donation? I don't know what you're donating. How can I work on throwing the ball on an angle without drifting? Whenever I stand left, I end up drifting. Yeah, I know. I remember. I remember. Here's my 10-pin practice. Just not pulling anybody out. All right, I'm going to shoot this 10-pin, and then I'm going to get out of here, guys. We're going to shoot it with this I gotta go ultimate wrecker again. All right. Here we go. Here we go. 10 pin off the full rack. Peace, Brad. Later. Still curious with the weight of the ball I shoot. 15. I'm a 15-pound guy. All right. Ultimate wrecker. 10 pin off the full rack. I guess if we do it, we gotta shoot the 7 pin. Oh, is the rack, is the 10 pin scooted to the right? Get a little gutter love? All right, well, here we go. Ah, easy peasy, you know? Guess we got to take the 7 off now. No! The 7 was off, too. I had all the room in the world just to hit the 7. All right. Let's go practice. Now we'll end with a strike. Ultimate wrecker coming in through. Oh, that was really bad. Oh. Can we make this split, guys? Are we about to make this split after taking the 10 off the rack clean? Well, what should I I think the ultimate record is just a spare machine. Here we go. We got a spare. We can make this. We got this. We got this. Why do you hook? It hooks. It shouldn't hook that much. Just go a little bit straighter. Everyone is moving to a lighter weight ball. Ultimate Record's quite a bit weaker than an RSTX2. All right, I'm going to get out of here. If you guys are interested in a clinic, I'm going to post the email in the chat right now. Hopefully it goes in there. Email us. September 27th and 28th, we have a clinic coming up. $550, you get a bowling ball. So if you're looking to buy a bowling ball for your league, we'd love to have you. So send us an email if you have any questions. It's a weekend event, all day Saturday, half day Sunday, and we'd love to have you. So a classroom session, league, or online time, you know, you're going to get what you want, whatever you want, really. Got an equipment question for you, 3-ball league arsenal. Would you add a big ASIM or sim solid if you already have an ASIM hybrid? Speed dominant. Well, then I would go solid. Thanks for the live stream. Thanks for hanging out. Before you go, how can I train myself to bring my elbow instead? I don't know what that means. In. Oh, just attach it to your body and don't put a towel right here. And the second the towel drops means you got away from it. So just throw a shot with a towel in between your elbow and your body. And if it works, then you got to come to the clinic. All right, have a great weekend, guys. Still, if there's tournaments out there, let me know. Kind of halfway hoping to get in this regional this weekend in Lincoln, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm kind of open to go wherever, whenever. Watch your spare making video. I have radioner cytosis. Any tips on getting spares straight as possible? I think there's an expectation there of you expecting me to know what radioulnar cytosis is. It means I can't do palm up. Gotcha. There we go. Appreciate it. gotta go thumb down. So your fingers can be on the side of it, but thumb's gotta come out and it's gotta be a little shove this way. I kinda shoot I start my sparrow ball kinda like this, and then I eventually go palm up, but you can still kinda dead-hand it on the side, but gotta go thumb down. Alright, guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Happy weekend. Have some fun, win some bowling tournaments. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week.